This is a Blairing Out with Eric Blair show today, coming to you from the House of Machines in beautiful downtown Los Angeles, California, with KAV and Andy Rourke of Blitz Vega on the show. How did this come about? Why is there chemistry here?
I was doing these nights called Dance in a Panic here in LA a couple of years back now, and so Andy came over to DJ. I mean, we'd been friends for years, and we got talking, and I was like, Andy, would you come over to the studio and play on a track? And that was it. He came to the studio, but that studio session turned into something that we thought was pretty special. Kind of was very natural, and just, we just recorded song after song after song, and that was it. And Blitz Vega was born.
What is important to you about Blitz Vega as a musical statement?
It's fresh, it's present, it's here, it's now, and it's relevant.
Is it true that prior to Blitz Vega's first performance live as a unit for Red Stripe Presents This Feeling TV event, you had to go into a dark room and do breathing exercises? And if so, is that a good thing for the music?
Yeah, it's true. I did have to do breathing exercises, and I think
we were both doing breathing exercises.
KAV's other half, she took me into a darkened room and was like, breathe, and I was giving me playing meditation tracks.
Meditation tracks.
It was very soothing, but anyway, at the end of the day, we got through the Abbey Road day.
KAV, don't you think that having those butterflies or that stress is fuel for the fire of the performance?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I need it. I can't be too relaxed before a show. I'll be pacing up and down, walking around. I'm a nightmare to talk to. You can't get that much out of me on the day of a show, but I'm building up to it, and then as soon as you get up on stage, it's great. It's nice.
Let it all out.
Yeah,
I'm the same. Do my breathing exercises.
The rest of the band are watching us going, these two nutters we're in a band with. Yeah. Oh my God.
Why are we putting ourselves through this?
Through this?
Fucking hell.
How could you go through this? We got to go through this.
I'm going to work at McDonald's. It sounds less stressful.
Definitely,
It's the only way I can explain it, that you seem very calm, and then KAV seems very high energy. That seems like a great chemistry for you guys.
It's great, and we bounce off each other. Andy's full of energy as well in the studio and everything. Yeah, on stage, he's got his persona where he's like Andy Rourke, kind of standing there doing his bass, and I wouldn't have it any other way, because all my favourite bass players, including him, are the ones who stand there looking, John Entwistle, oh my God, what a love. Bill Wyman, I mean, that's kind of like a cool bass player.
We just concentrate on what's important, instead of pulling the fucking moves and doing scissor kicks and all that kind of thing.
Kind of holding it all together.
Yeah,
it is a glue. The bass is a glue.
I've heard Hey Christo. What is in store for us with the rest of the album?
There's a few tracks that are built on the bass, and then there's. We've still got those high energy sort of tracks, and but we've recently done a couple of slow ones as well, just giving a bit of variety and stuff.
Really varied, but it still has the Blitz Vega sound, the stamp on it, whether it be a slow song or a fast song, you can immediately see or hear the Blitz Vega stamp.
Still pretty intense. There's a couple of breathers in there, but it's all still gap and sort of go kind of the stuff. Once we go, that's it.
This is live. You guys are recording live, essentially.
Yeah.
And there's a documentary coming out which has you live. The Abbey Road is live. Tell me what you love about the live experience and what you think that brings to the actual recording.
You only get one chance, and you have to be fucking on the money.
I think from capturing emotion, energy, musicians actually connecting with each other, reacting with each other to create something special, then that's the only way you can do that. You can be there, again, doing part by part in the studio, recording different takes and stuff, and that's great. That's really good in one way, but sometimes you'll always find there's something missing, and I think at a time where that seems to be the done thing. That's how artists record, pop artists, rock artists, all artists. It takes something out of it. For me personally, and for the bands that we've listened to, capturing that live energy is something special. And if you can pull it off, then that's what music's all about. Surely when you walk into a venue and you see a band, whether it's a jazz band or whatever, you see someone doing their thing with emotion and it's real, it's there. That's the moment. You can't just recreate those moments again and again. You can't just go into a vocal booth. People sometimes don't understand what I'm talking about when I say, if I don't do the vocal take in one take, then it's not happening. And that's it. It's not happening because the second time I do it, it's not really real. I'm faking it to a point, and that's just being honest. Of course I'm faking it because I'm going through but that first moment, that moment when it first comes, the lyrics land and everything hits you and you sing, then that's the most natural, organic.
Go for the live tape because you can't put a Band-Aid on it. It's gonna, it's like second take, third take, and then then you put a bandage on, and then what's next? A foot brace or a neck brace. I mean, that's the whole thing with Blitz Vega is like we've been trying to just make everything live and fucking organic and like in your face. And
doesn't matter if it's messy. Doesn't matter if there's mistakes. Doesn't matter if
we get a bit messy.
Dodgy note.
Let's rock and roll.
Keep it. I love that.
Look, the world's missing you guys. So how do you think the musical, mental, and emotional chemistry differ in Blitz Vega compared to past bands and projects you have been involved with?
I would say that we definitely have just more freedom to do what we want, and we don't tend to question each other. We just kind of go with the flow. Whereas in the past, everything's like under the fucking microscope, and everything's been scrutinized. And yeah, we like to go with the flow.
I think that's why we wanted to just record the music first before we even had a band name, before we had anything, or introduced it or even mentioned it to anyone. We were just recording in a studio because we wanted to keep that vibe, just authentic, real. We're recording music without all the other things that can take away from a band, the distractions, and anyone sort of looking to deeply sort of into what you're doing, and if you're sticking to a certain sound or whatever. Now we're introducing the project. It's done. This is what we do. This is our sound. You like it. Cool. If you don't, then there's plenty of other bands you can listen to. So it doesn't really matter. And we feel that freedom at the moment. It's nice. It really is.
How do the songs come together?
One of us will have an idea. We'll come to the studio and we'll go, right, okay, they'll play something, and that's it. And then it just starts, and it's like 1, 2, 3, go. We're in. Let's go. And that's basically the sort of thing. Andy, he pulls me back a little bit because I know I've got to live up to a certain.
Sometimes, you have to like rein it in a bit. Occasionally, I'll come in with like a bass idea, but usually, like the sparks come from KAV's guitar ideas, and then we'll just build it from there, but without thinking too much about it. We just let it grow.
Yeah. And with the knowledge and experience he's had over the years with the different people he's worked with, it's just, really sort of, I respect where he's coming from all the time, and it does help. But again, what we try not to do is overthink anything. I still sort of kick everybody out of the studio when I'm doing my vocals or whatever. It's still, because it's personal and you end up performing in front of people and it freaks you out a little bit. So it's better to do it in a dark room on your own with a vocal mic, and maybe just the engineer kind of punching you in. That's it. And then
when I was doing my bass takes,
we left you alone.
Everybody had to get out because and I get easily distracted and fucking anxiety and stuff like that. So I like an empty control room.
It's good.
But obviously rehearsal.
We have to look at everyone.
Yeah, we're all in the same room together.
There's a drummer.
And we've got this gig on the 24th, and so I'm going to be like, why is everyone looking at me? Oh, it's a gig.
It's a gig, yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
That's kind of it, really.
Who are these other heroes that are in the band with you guys?
Well, this Craig is like our champion drummer. First came into contact with him like 6 months ago, something like that.
Yeah,
But-
no, I mean, not even that, or is it? April, I think, yeah. So Craig played with a few bands, and our keyboard player Asa sort of, introduced us to him because we needed somebody to come in last minute to do Abbey Road. And we'd had different drummers record on everything until that point. So Craig came in, and
He's like the most solid drummer ever. You know, he's just like a rock, you know. So
and then-
reliable.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a great guy to play with. And then Asa, who plays keyboards, I've known him for years, and he's been in different bands with me, played in some of my solo stuff with me, and he's just a really good guy to have around. Those two as a pairing are absolutely incredible because they just keep everything so positive and interesting and fun.
So basically, I'm the guy from Manchester who came
Oh no,
in.
you've got the Geordie.
Oh, we've
He's
got-
from
yeah.
Newcastle.
Oh, okay,
Ace is
yeah.
from Leicester. I'm from Leicester.
Yeah.
And
And
then Greg.
The other Greg.
Yeah, oh,
so
yeah,
Greg's right.
yeah,
So-
other guitar player. Then you've got Tom, who lives here in LA. He came and played with me a few times before. He's actually from England, but I met him
He
in
did the
LA.
Abbey Road thing.
Yeah, he did the Abbey Road thing with us, and he's played on a couple of songs on the album as well.
What are your hopes and dreams for Blitz Vega?
Just touring, playing as much as we can, reaching out to as many people as we can, and that's it. That's basically where it starts and sort of ends for me. Whatever happens after that is whatever happens, but we just want to tour and play shows.
How have you not become a casualty of sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
I like to run a lot. Yeah, it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde thing, go one way or the other, but generally, exercise and, obviously I'll have a drink, but I eat fairly well.
Yeah, in my past I did all of the above, or all three. But I'm 55 now, and I have to chill my boots. So, and we just have to be really focused with Blitz Vega. We can't have any distractions right now.
Yeah, because in rock and roll, there is a lot of distractions.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I think we've all
been around.
Both of us, yeah, we've been around, and we kind of put that behind us, and so we kind of, I don't want to call you an old man, but we're kind of like two sensible old guys who've been around the block, and and know what's coming, and know when to say yes, know when to say no.
And that comes with maturity, right?
Yeah, although he does say no quite a lot to me, and I'm like, oh, better not. Andy's watching.
Andy, KAV, how you doing, buddy? All right, thank you so much for being on the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show. It has been a true honor. This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show with KAV and Andy Rourke of Blitz Vega, signing off.
The Blairing Out Show.